Welcome to Matlab tutorial session. Our main features. Here we discuss about few Matlab application oriented programs. Here we start. Codec, coder and decoder. World Traveler 3D Globe. Traveling salesman problem. And hums. Codec. The codec acts like an encoder or decoder for messages using the letters of the alphabet. The code pop-up menu determines the degree of transposition. A B code transposes all letters by 1. Like so, alphabet A, L, P, H, A, B, E, T becomes B, M, Q, I, B, C, F, U and so on. The mode pop-up menu determines whether you are encoding or decoding. World Traveler 3D Globe. This function shows great circle flight routes around the globe. This demonstration illustrates the great circle flight paths and the distance between a number of cities around the world. Use the pop-up menus to select your city of origin and your city of destination. Then, by pushing the fly button, you can watch an animation of the flight. The distance between the two cities is also calculated. Traveling salesman problem. The function shows traveling salesman problem demonstration. This program animates the solution to traveling salesman problem. The problem is to form a closed circuit of a number of cities while traveling the shortest total distance along the way. Use the cities pop-up menu to determine the number of cities to be visited.
Welcome to Matlab programming, functions of functions. Humps. Humps. It means a function takes another function as a parameter. It is used for various purposes and few basic applications as finding zeros, optimization, integration. By declaring a function through humps, we can easily make a function call to another function and can even handle it through its local parameters. Welcome to coder, decoder. We start with the command function, which implies that there is going to be a set of actions carried out with a function name which is same as the .m file name of the existing program. The possible actions listed are initialize, type, shading, color map and access. First, we check the number of arguments that are in. When it is less than 1, we assume the case to be an initialization case. Then, using string compare function, we set the input state. We set the handle figure using the following parameters and assign it to the figure number. We then design the input window using the following parameters: top, left, right, bottom, label height, spacing and callback. Callback is a function which is an action event function. Next is the design of the mini command window frame. We set the frame border, frame position and UI control. UI control means user interface control. It is basically set in places where we get inputs from the user. Then comes the text label design. It is then followed by the text position, and then we set the input handle, where the input text is displayed in the input frame and the output text at the output frame. Here is the output window design, which is similar to the input window design. After constructing the input window and the output window, we design the other buttons and action oriented commands. We then get the input from the user. Based on the input, we perform the required function. Here is the code command pop-up button. Which is initially in encode state. The letters in which the transposition made are listed in a pop-up window consisting letters from A to Z in lowercase. Here the input text is set, then using the callback function we set the required mode, encode or decode, and then we set the transposition parameter. We can easily see the output in the output window. We then have the close button which terminates the function. It gets the close input from the file. Here is the main function. In case of encoding, it gets the input from the input window, separate the strings into single characters, and with respect to the letter of transposition, the number of transposers is made. If it is a letter B, a 1-letter transposition is made, and if it is a letter J, 10-letter transposition is made. Uppercase and lowercase letters are dealt separately. In case of decoding, the input window, which consists of a text, is considered as an encoded text, and in it the decoding is performed. Here is an example. I type a text. This is a text. And I set the transposition letter as I, and in encode mode you can use the output BPQA QA IBM FB, and in decode mode you can use the output LZAK AKS LWPL XADW.
World Traveler 3D Globe. Welcome to World Traveler 3D Globe. Let us see the coding section. We start with the command function, which implies that there is going to be a set of actions carried out with a function name which is as same as .m file name of the existing program. Old format is the structure array declaration, which gives the value of user settable properties. Then the number of arguments input is checked and the program is initialized. For the first action, string compare function is used and the process is carried out. Figure command sets handles for objects and access is set along with it. Next step is designing and aligning of buttons using basic properties, and the console frame unit is designed along with it. The first command is fly. It is assigned a number 1 and its label and action event are set. Callback function refers to action events that are carried out. The event is coded as push button type using UI control. UI control means user interface control. The second command is origin city popup. It is assigned as a number 2. In a similar fashion as fly, the label and alignments are set and it is coded as a pop-up event. It contains a list of all cities and its latitudinal and longitudinal values in an array. Design of the command is specified. The third command is destination city. It is similar to the origin city pop-up menu. The pop-up menu is given in a handle. In the second case, the default value viewed is the string that is in the 10th position. The fourth construct is the Western Hemisphere. It is of the radio button type. It is given a handle and kept in an active state, that is value equal to 1. The fifth construct is the Eastern Hemisphere. The radio button, which is set a handle and made to be passive state, that is the value equal to 0. In both the case, callback command is used as an action event. Apart from it, we have two more controls, namely info and close buttons. Info handles control of taking coding segment to the abstract part, and close command results in the termination of the output. Next, we uncover the figure. Using all the handles, we draw the globe and for successive case, we get the data from user and assign to the corresponding action calls. Using the handles, an output is executed. After execution, the data are reset and sets into a position and it was in initialized state. Action event is carried out with respect to hemisphere. The graph is plotted with x, y, z coordinate axis. Function pos is set to handle these data. Path is plotted using marker command in both cases. Then we calculate the distance between two cities. Distance is the angular calculation with the Earth's radius and as reference. The output is then viewed. This is an example. Graphical view is provided. In this way, World Traveler 3D globe is designed. Here is an example for you to explore. Traveling salesman problem. The coding and constructs mentioned here are similar to ones used in earlier programs. The basic idea is to design a shortest path algorithm for a given number of cities. View the output here. The code is linked to you.
Here is a program that shows function on functions. We declare a function y which is on another function x. We declare x in an array 0 to 1 incremented in steps of 0.05. And the function is mentioned below. You can design any function of your choice with respect to the parameters y and x. Here x is a basic parameter and y is the parameter that is dependent on it. After you write the function, you can plot the values of x and y in a graph. In this statement, we display the value of p which is minimum at x. The value of p is made to display which has a local minimum of x, and it is guessed to be around 0.4, and we execute the output. And it's the local minimum value of x with respect to y.